if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, "My Pledge," he had written these words: "America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone." We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
This is Brian Fitzpatrick, your representative here in our nation's capital. You and I both know that Bucks County has a long, proud history of service, from the patriots who crossed the Delaware with General Washington to men and women abroad today, and every generation in between. This deep connection to service is one of the reasons why our county so proudly honors our veterans for their courage and personal sacrifice. Look no further than the Bucks County Tour of Honor, an amazing program aimed at celebrating and thanking our veterans for their bravery during World War II, the Korean War, and now Vietnam. Believe me, this day-long trip to Washington, D.C. is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Together, we will visit some of the most significant war monuments in American history, and in doing so, ensure that future generations respect and honor our veterans' noble efforts and will continue to keep their spirit alive.
This was my welcome home. It meant so much to me. I was crying my eyes out. I was so happy and so proud of being a veteran and of all the people that were there to finally welcome me home from Vietnam.
It's a moment I'll never forget in my life. I remember the day I got married, my children were born, and my grandkids, and this is right up there with that. And I would recommend this trip to anybody that's eligible. You don't know what you're missing if you don't make this trip. Boy, it is really spectacular.
I would recommend it for everybody that has an opportunity to do this, go down. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it really is ceremonial but special.
One of the most exciting days of my life. I loved it, loved every minute of it. I even get goosebumps now when I talk about it. It was a great day.
It was our welcome home from Vietnam, which we never had in the past. I highly recommend it. I went the first time as a veteran, and of course, a few other times after that as a bus captain. And I will say that the Bucks County Tour of Honor is perhaps one of the finest things that ever happened to me in my life.
It was probably, I'll say, since 1950, was probably one of the best feelings that I've had, besides when I got married. But the trip itself, it was really outstanding, and I would cry to myself.
I thought the tour down in Washington was excellent. I enjoyed it very much, and the person I was with, he enjoyed it very much, and we just had a great time down there. I would recommend it to anybody.
You can't get a happier day than that. So all I would say to anybody gets the chance to go, really goes, because if they don't go, they're not knowing what they're going to miss. And it was really great.
The Tour of Honor was fantastic. The entire tour was well organized and planned, and whoever was in charge did a capital job.
Best day of my life. Seriously. I hate to say this, but it was almost as nice as my wedding.
I went through several handkerchiefs on that trip, and right now I know it's the first time I ever seen the wall too. It was out of this world.
Bucks County, we try to do as much as we can to honor our veterans. One of the best programs that's been developed over the last few years was the Bucks County Tour of Honor. I've had the real privilege, and it has been a privilege, to go on 4 of these trips and to see what it means to the veterans of our county. They are very emotional. In many cases, they are accompanied by their children, their grandchildren, friends as a guardian for them for the day. And the comments that have come back, and some of them brings tears to their eyes, have just been very, very rewarding. So it's a wonderful thing to continue with this program very meaningful to our veterans. Joe has done many World War II veterans, Korean veterans, and most recently, Vietnam veterans. It's a very meaningful day for them all, and it's a very valuable program to continue for the county, and certainly for those that are interested to make contributions and help with this wonderful endeavor.
We got there at Parks Casino. I guess it had to be early in the morning, 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit before then. They had some nice coffee there and they had some donuts there and everything for us. Then we took the trip down and it was beautiful. The way they stopped the traffic on 95. It was just beautiful for the servicemen on the buses. I think everybody was really impressed with it. And as I was, you know.
Hello, my name is Sam Lee, the superintendent of the Bensalem Township School District. And for the last 5 years, it's been our students and community's privilege to participate in the Bucks County Tour of Honor. In fact, last year we were fortunate enough to be able to travel with our distinguished and esteemed veterans, our local heroes, to Washington, D.C. for a full day of relationship building, development, and above all, appreciation for the sacrifices our veterans made. It was a profound experience that we had down in Washington. We were blessed and honored to be in the company of such true heroes.
To visit those memorials and that particular day, as you hit those memorials, I felt so blessed to be on that trip and to go see the memorials, which I've seen before, but for some reason, that particular day, it meant more.
At the World War II memorial, we were met by Colin Powell, and he gave us his insight on the monuments and what it means to see the veterans coming out to the monuments and the World War II vets. You know, there's not many left, and to see them acknowledging this monument in their honor, it brought back a lot of good memories for these guys.
The Korean War Memorial, since I'm a Korean War veteran, was very emotional for me because through 16 weeks of infantry basic and 8 weeks of leadership, the rifle team, as depicted by the Korean War Memorial, is exactly what you went through in the training on all those months that you trained for that fight, and it depicted them exactly like I remember, totally. So it was very emotional to see that memorial.
The main thing that I really enjoyed seeing was the wall. I'd seen it years and years ago, but it was only in passing. This time I got to spend some time at the wall. I got to name some people from Vietnam that I have here that were killed in Vietnam. And that gave me a really good feeling to be able to find them.
Very impressive to see Bill and the oldest woman veteran that was with us place the wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier. That's impressive there, no matter who does it, but it was super special because our guy was doing it. That made it super special for us.
Hi, I'm Dave Baugh, the superintendent of the Centennial School District. I'm here to talk about how great Tour of Honor is. We've been working with Tour of Honor for 5 years, and it's just fantastic for our kids to be engaged with America's heroes, Bucks County's heroes. It's a great opportunity for some intergenerational learning. We sent the Klinger Middle School kids to Washington last year, and the feedback from our teachers and our students who were on that trip was that it was just a fantastic experience to meet, our veterans, to visit Washington, to be a part of living history. It was a fantastic opportunity for our schools and our kids. Our high school students are engaged in this project, so are our middle school students, and it's one of the best projects that we do over the course of any school year.
The mail call aboard the bus brought tears to my eyes. Matter of fact, I just read the letter again the other day. My son wrote a letter. He couldn't tell me to my face, but he told me how he felt towards the veterans and how much proud that he was to have a father that served in the Vietnam War.
I'm Ron Davis with Parks Casino. It is our pleasure to support Tour of Honor. Parks is so proud to be part of this program for a number of reasons. One, because of the passion for the community. Two, the veterans themselves. And three, the opportunity to thank them for their service. So Parks wants to continue to be part of that program. So thank you.
And what really impressed me when we left Washington, I don't know how many motorcycle police they had, but that was impressive as they pulled out on the highway ahead of the whole caravan. It added to it.
And we got in 95, the motorcycle cops and the regular patrol cops, they held up the traffic and we just got a clean sweep back. We had the fire trucks saluting us on every underpass that we went under, which was emotional, okay. And we had a helicopter when we got to, well, close to Parks Casino. We had a helicopter watching us too, which was nice.
But I wasn't prepared for when you're on the bus, how emotional you feel when people are, just standing there applauding. I'm getting emotional for you. And I teared up, and I looked down the bus, and there wasn't a dry eye on the bus I was on.
Hi, this is Senator Bob Casey. I want to say thank you to all those involved in the Bucks County Tour of Honor for giving us this opportunity to say thank you to our veterans, the tens of thousands of veterans in Bucks County, and the literally hundreds of thousands across Pennsylvania. We're so grateful for the sacrifices you have made and that of your family, and this is one way we can say thanks. There are lots of ways to express gratitude. Maybe the best I've heard is the words of my father when he was serving as governor. And he said at that time, we pray for those who are going into battle. We also pray for ourselves that we may be worthy of their valor. And I express the same sentiment today. We're looking forward to welcoming you to Washington, all of the veterans from Bucks County who will be able to join us in Washington. We're looking forward to that opportunity. And again, we want to say thank you. We're grateful for your service and look forward to seeing you soon.
Also, when we get back at the casino, to see all the family there greeting the veterans as they get off the bus is one of the most unbelievable things you're ever going to see in your life. Between the band playing, the cheerleaders there, and either the husband or the wife of the people that took the trip. It's very, very emotional, and I think it's probably one of the nicest things that ever been done for veterans in this area. So this trip, for me, was spectacular. I just love the trip. I just love the trip. Everything was done first class.
Hi, I'm Mayor Joe DiGirolamo of Ben Salem, and I'm
Glad to say a few words today about a very, very, very important project, and it's a great project, and it's for all of our veterans here in Bucks County. And certainly, we want to talk about the past of all of the trips that have been made down to Washington for all veterans, Korean, Vietnam, Second World War veterans, and it's an incredible trip. We want you to join us on the next Tour of Honor. Please come out with us and enjoy this great day.
Well, yeah, when I got out of the service after 4 years, it was come home and go to work. And there was no fanfare. I know I didn't expect any fanfare, but it was go back to work like I hadn't been gone for 4 years. And this trip just made me feel great, like somebody cared.
It is a day in my life I will not forget. So I would encourage anybody that qualifies, don't pass up the trip of a lifetime. Where would you ever get treated like that again? It's so memorable and so important to go. If somebody says you have an opportunity, don't turn it down. It is spectacular.
I want to say thanks for treating us so well. And God bless America.